So you're probably thinking, what is that error dissuasion? What does that even mean? Well, the fact is you can't prevent a developer from making coding errors. I know from my own experience, I've made bonehead errors and wasted valuable time finding and correcting them. Now, while the Sidecar app can't prevent user errors, it can dissuade people from making them in a variety of contexts. Some errors the Sidecar actually does prevent, since all the properties and attributes that are represented in the UI as icons are compiled into code blocks in the Sidecar's logic. Those code blocks will be error-free when pasted. But errors that relate to numeric attribute and property values are the insidious ones, because while they don't get highlighted in the code editor, they do break the box model and wreak havoc in email clients. So let's take a look at how the Sidecar app dissuades us from making these kinds of errors that a code editor wouldn't even notice. So first off, there's validation errors. The Sidecar app does trap invalid integer entries in fields that require them. These are usually the result of typing errors on the user's part. Then there are logical errors that can either result from mistyping or a structural incongruity. In either case, the Sidecar flashes an error message into the message area above the toolbar that references the cause of the error. Now, some error messages pertain to container widths in relation to their parents or children, and some point to values omitted for specific code block types. For instance, VML buttons require both height and width values, and if you omit one, the Sidecar won't let you output the code block. You get the idea. Now, we say dissuasion because if you really want a child to be whiter than its parent, you can just go to the editor and do whatever you want. But if you do it in the Sidecar Companion, it might just tell you, not on my watch. So to summarize, like I said before, the Sidecar app isn't designed to replace the editor, but rather to complement it. The Sidecar can be an awesome companion because first, the code panel lays it out for you spatially. This spatial icon matrix helps users conceptualize element properties and attributes in contrast to the standing armies of brackets and quotes and tabs and spaces that comprise the HTML you see in the code editor. Second, the Sidecar allows you to scaffold out your email structure with the mouse and the tab key rather than with arrow keys and editor-specific shortcuts. And third, and this is crucial for beginning and intermediate coders, it provides immediate, specific feedback to the user that helps them self-correct, thereby avoiding common errors which often leave one frustrated and discouraged. And that wraps up this brief demo series on the Sidecar Companion for HTML email. Now clearly, while the clipboard is not the ideal way to interface with code editors, this front-end JavaScript implementation is still an awesome tool. But it was actually envisioned and designed as a module for extending the functionality of a node-based email editor, such as those provided by Email on Acid and Litmus. There is a solid base to work with, so we can realistically target a beta release on 1 out of 2 of those platforms by spring of 2022. Okay, if you have any feedback or suggestions, here's my contact info, and thanks for watching.